Hi everybody, this is a black and red Reanimator deck that wants to play Etali Primal Champion and steal some things off the top of our opponent's deck and play something out of our deck for free. Let's take a look at it and see how it works a little bit. On the low end, we've got some creature removal and cut down and go for the throat. This goes along with Bloodtithe Harvester, Reckoner Bankbuster, Lily, and Fable as kind of that classic early game black-red package. Now, all of these cards are great on their own, but they also fit really nicely with a Reanimator theme, and so that's why I kind of crammed it in here. We're running one copy of Ayara, Widow of the Realm. She could fit nicely in sort of a sacrifice-style deck, but I thought we might be able to flip her over and get her to bring some things back from the graveyard for us. I never managed to transform her, but she seems like she could be decent in that kind of shell. In the 4 drops, we're trying one copy of Pile On to go with 2 copies of the Elder Dragon War. This helps us to discard late-game reanimation targets and can help us out on the back end with a nice 4/4 dragon. In the 5 drops, we've got 2 copies of Sheoldred. This is quickly becoming one of my new favorite cards from March of the Machine. Just a nice ability on the front end and very easy to flip over onto the back side where we get some really nice abilities in the True Scriptures. We're using 4 Cruelty of Gix to reanimate all of our good stuff out of the grave, and of course it comes with a nice couple of extra toolbox modes on it as well. We're running 1 copy of Rankle and Torbran, also a nice 5-drop from March of the Machine. Now, don't be like me, I didn't realize this until the last game I played with this card, but Rankle and Torbran has First Strike, and so that means if you're attacking with it and something else, Rankle's ability is going to happen first. So you get to make that choice first, meaning if you choose mode 3, where things deal extra damage, that's going to apply to the remaining attacking creatures that have yet to get their hits in. So let it never be said that I'm a sharp strategic genius, but at least I can learn. In the 7-drop slot here, we're running 4 copies of Etali Primal Conqueror. Now, Etali exiles things off the top of everybody's library until we hit a non-land, and then we get to cast both of those cards when we find them. Pretty nice. I was never able to flip over Etali. That's probably better in like a red-green ramp style build, but it was pretty helpful nonetheless, and it's a nice beefy body, so what do you want? We're also running 1 copy of Toxrill because we can go searching for him with Cruelty if we need him, and it's nice to have a nice back pocket answer to some of these go-wide creature token things that you might see on the ladder sometimes. All of this goes together with some nice red and black dual lands, plus 2 copies of Plaza of Heroes, since we are running a few nice legendary creatures. So let's get over and see a few games with this deck over on the Ranked Standard ladder. I'll be with you for some commentary, of course, but as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. 2 copies of Etali. That's a little much. We're going to toss that back. Yeah, this is alright. I think we're going to get rid of Pile On since we do have some built-in removal with Bloodtithe Harvester. We'll start off with a Proving Ground. Opponent looks like they're on the mono-black train. We got a Ghoulish Procession. We're going to start off with Bloodtithe here. Get a blood token. Great way to get Etali into the graveyard. Liliana of the Veil. So if we do decide to go blood token, we're going to wait until just before we can Cruelty. This opponent makes us sacrifice, and they get a token from their procession. Alright, no 3-mana play from us, unfortunately. We're just going to discard a land to Liliana here. I don't want to tip our strategy just yet, especially since they're on Graveyard Trespasser mana and could easily pluck Etali out of the grave. Opponent hits us for 2 with that zombie. It's decayed, so it goes away. Follows up with Phyrexian Obliterator. Well, this just took a turn. So we're going to be at 4 lands now. I think it makes sense to Fable, get some permanents out there, and then we can wait and maybe sack the blood token and hope that we can get an answer to this Obliterator with Etali. Okay, opponent goes to attacks. No blocks from us. We're going to drop to 13. Now Liliana makes us sacrifice a creature. All right. Well, Liliana is down, so that's at least a small bonus. Let's activate this blood token. We're going to discard Etali. We pick up a Sokenzan and draw a mountain. Let's redraw with this mountain and Sokenzan. We got the Plaza, so we can play Cruelty this turn. Yes. All right, let's Cruelty. We're going to do it on 3, so we can reanimate right away. We've got Etali there. So we're going to exile stuff off the top of each player's deck. Oh. Obliterator from them and Bankbuster from us. So pay 7 mana, get 7 mana worth of stuff. Not bad. Was hoping for some removal for our opponent's Obliterator at least. Alright. Opponent's got a Liliana again.
With the mysteries. I've come for answers.
You're going to make us sacrifice a creature. Well then, let's crew up Bankbuster, I guess. And we'll sacrifice that.
Off you go.
Opponent does get a zombie for that. Gonna play Evolved Sleeper. Let's see. No chance of us flipping Etali. We're just gonna do this. We're gonna block the Obliterator with our Stolen Obliterator. Because looking at this board, like our stuff is bigger. And depending on what they sacrifice. Alright, so they're just left with a sleeper. I think they're gonna depend on that for some draw to get back in this. What we're gonna do is sacrifice Fable, Plaza, and let's see. Yep, 4 lands. So we're left with a land and Etali. All right, opponent activates the sleeper, but we've got to cut down in hand for that. Ooh, and we just drew Liliana too. So the plan now is we're just trying to go all the way with Etali before they can recover from their own plan of Phyrexian obliteration. So we're going to hit them for 7 this turn. Cutting down that sleeper to get in for the full 7 damage. Opponent just plays a land. Alright, no land for us, so we're stuck with a couple of things in hand. We're going to drop them down to 6 with this attack. Opponent's got a Graveyard Trespasser. A little too late, but could be some nice life. It's at least enough damage to block Etali, but we draw the land, so we've got Lily. We are going to make them sacrifice and go in for the win right now, unless they've got something. No, they don't. All right. Good game. All right. Bloodtithe Harvester is great to start off. We can go right into Fable. We're just going to go up the chain of sagas by mana value. Opponent with a Proving Ground over there. We're just going to play a regular Swamp, get down our Harvester, make a blood token in case we draw one of our reanimation targets. Opponent does appear to be on Jund colors. They're going to cut down our Harvester. So we'll lay this Haunted Ridge and get our Fable going on turn 3. Opponent follows up with a 3rd land into Fight Rigging. Okay. So they're going to hide something away under Fight Rigging. No instant removal for us. Let's get rid of a couple of lands to this Fable discard. Alright, still just Elder Dragon War. Let's attack with our Goblin. And then let's play Cruelty. We're going to start on Chapter 1. Take a look at that hand. So they've got Harvester, Harvester, Glissa. Let's take Glissa. We're playing with a lot of enchantments in our hand this round, so that is a big threat. Opponent plays out one of the remaining Harvesters. Got to go for the Throat in hand as well, which is going to be worth trying to remember. All right, so what can we tutor for here that's going to be helpful? Some of our reanimation targets. We got Etali and Toxrill, but that's a little early. We've got Ayara and Rankle and Torbran. That could be kind of fun. Just looking at those abilities. Yeah, let's try Rankle here. Let's play out Takenuma then. We're going to get Rankle down. Go to attacks. They're a mana short to use their Go for the Throat this turn. So with this trigger, we're going to make each player sack a creature. We're going to get rid of Shaman here. All right, and now if they use Go for the Throat on Rankle, okay, they do. Probably the best move there. We've got our Cruelty trigger coming up next turn to just bring it right back. Try to hang on to control of this board, because if they get something like a Shakedown Heavy, they're going to pop out whatever they want there. Actually, yeah, Glissa is an answer to this fight rigging problem. Let's try that. And we'll just attack for 2 with Fable here. And might as well follow up with this Elder Dragon War. We'll go on 2. Discard our little cut down here. More Fable. All right. What do you got, opponent, here? Floriferous Vine Wall. I tell you, the vocabulary you learn from some of these cards, really, really valuable, if only for, like, attending trivia contests. Elder Dragon War is going to flip over for us. Let's do Pile on this Vine Wall. I would love to get an attack in with Glissa and take out that fight rigging. Don't think I want either of these 2 cards. And we'll copy the dragon, I think. Yeah, that way we'll have something else to attack with. Glissa gets her hit in. We're going to destroy target enchantment. Great. Fight rigging addressed. Dragon brings our opponent down to 6. Set up for lethal here next turn. Opponent on 5 mana, though. Nope. Wow. Okay. Good game. Alrighty. Some nice early plays here. I'll start off with a Haunted Ridge. I don't think this cut down's going to have many targets. Yeah, this smells like control. We're going to do Bloodtithe Harvester. Opponent's got to make disappear for it. No land on turn 3, though. Let's do... Yeah, Liliana could really punish him if we can sneak this in. Oh, right. It slides through. Great. We're going to do discard a card mode. And we'll do Proving Ground. We'll keep the land that comes into play untapped in case we want to do Elder Dragon War next turn. All right, opponent's got a Union. Let's play out this land. All right, let's do Elder Dragon War. Start on 1. Hits the opponent for 2 damage. And yeah, let's make him discard. We're going to get rid of Cut Down. If they are control, they're not going to have any good targets for this. Okay, opponent finds the land, so they're getting there. They're not too far behind. All right, let's go Haunted Ridge here. We can play Ayara, but we can't flip it yet. We got 2 mana up for a Make Disappear, if that's what they're holding on to. No, Devious Cover-Up, I see. Fan of the long game, are we? Well, I mean, I think we're just going to make him discard. How much do we care about this Sulfurous Springs? I don't think as much as they care about their cards. Ooh, they discard a Mind Splice Apparatus. Key piece of the puzzle for a deck looking to sling some spells over there. So our Elder Dragon War flips over. Let's try for a Harvester again. They've got the cover up for that. Can't stop the dragon, though. Let's make you discard another card, since we've got nothing in hand and nothing to lose. That was a farewell. And we're just going to keep picking apart that hand, yeah. Nice, good game. All right, well, a little top heavy, but it's acceptable. We've got the Harvester, which really enables us to keep some questionable hands if we get our reanimation targets in our opener. Got a nice go for the throat here, too. Opponent with no turn 1 play. We're going to lead off with a Harvester. All right, we pick up a Sulfurous Springs. Opponent looks to be on black and white. Just going to attack for 3 here. Lay down the 3rd land and follow up with Harvester number 2. Pass that on back. Opponent with the Scoured Barrens. Gain a little bit of life. They're going to Anoint with Affliction on one of our Harvesters. All right. So is this a poison spells deck, or what is this? All right, well, let's draw here. We're going to discard Toxrill, see what we can pick up. Liliana and another Sheoldred. All right, attacking here with the Harvester, and I think Liliana is the way. Plus her.
And you think you can
Drop one of these Sheoldreds in the grave. Opponent drops a Wedding Announcement out of their hand. Couldn't cast it last turn because of the tap land, unfortunately, but that means they may have a backup copy here. They go with a Fateful Absence on Lily. Do not want that card to stick around. We draw Etali. Primal Conqueror. Let's investigate then. Crack this clue token. Great, we draw a land. We may have to start looking for ways to hardcast Etali here. If nothing else, we can play Sheoldred next turn. Opponent's got an Edgar Charmed Groom. Just thinking if we wanted to use the blood token there. All right, we pick up a land, so we're at 6. It might make sense to just drop Sheoldred here and keep trying to push damage. So Edgar will flip over into his coffin side. We will attack for 3, get the opponent down to 9. The coffin creates a vampire with lifelink. But Sheoldred's got Menace, so she can get past that. Oh, but the opponent's got to go for the throat for it. Okay. All right, so what can we do here? Let's go for Elder Dragon War and just attack. Oh. Yeah, it hits our stuff too. Okay, yeah. Wouldn't be one of my videos without a punt like that. So yeah, Elder Dragon War hits all creatures and our opponent. It misses our planeswalkers, though. You can see where the confusion comes from. All right, opponent's got a Wedding Announcement to follow up with, and another token from the coffin. We're just going to keep Sokenzan here. That's going to enable Etali. Let's roll the dice, see how we can salvage this situation. Well, we get another Bloodtithe. All right, so we get a little refund on that mistake. We can actually march this vampire token. keep them from gaining any life for the moment. Edgar flips himself back over. Opponent decides to depopulate here. We draw Etali off the depopulate. And another one. Another one. Let's go. Etali Primal Conqueror. Ooh. So we find Fable from our deck and Rite of Oblivion from the opponent's deck. Let's target that coffin, finally get that thing out of here, and we've got blood tokens to sacrifice. Now, on the downside, our opponent will get to flash that back if they want to spend a token. But I don't think they're counting on us having the third copy of Etali in hand. All right, opponent thinking about it. They are going to Rite of Oblivion on Etali, sacrificing that human. Two mana left. They're going to go for the throat our dragon token as well. Final human gets created as their wedding announcement flips over. Do we want to discard? Not particularly. These things are fine. Especially, we've got Etali. Let's just spin the wheel and see what we get. Sorin from our deck, I believe, and Bankbuster. Let's get those into play.
I am vengeance, bloody and righteous.
Let's see here. Yeah, if we crew that up, we can get in for some extra... Oh, yeah, we're going to need to take a coffee break after this game. We just crewed up a Bankbuster, but it's got Summoning Sickness, so even though it came into play with Etali, still doesn't have haste. It's alright. Opponent sees big Etali. Good game. Alright, let's keep this one. Start off with a nice Haunted Ridge for ourselves. Etali in hand, so we just need a way to reanimate it quickly. Opponent on some kind of blue-black. Ooh. Vodalian Desecrator. Sounds interesting. Haven't seen a whole lot of that one. Well, what we can do is get our Liliana down on turn 3, make him sacrifice that. And get in for 3, drop our opponent to 17 with this Bloodtithe Harvester. No follow-up from the opponent. Okay. Now, let's attack first and see what our opponent does about the Harvester here. They could be holding up some removal. Nope. All right, they dropped to 14. We'll play Sokenzan then. Get this Elder Dragon War on the stack. Okay, let's go mode number 2. Won't repeat my mistake from the last game. We'll discard Etali and Brotherhood's End. All right, we draw Rankle and Torbran. Was hoping for a Cruelty here. Reanimate an early Etali for ourselves. All right, they have the Anoint with Affliction, so they're going to take care of our Harvester. Land number 4, they go into Voidwing Hybrid. All right, this is looking a little more familiar. We draw Fable here. Elder Dragon War gives us a dragon token. Let's drop the Plaza of Heroes. Yeah, let's go Rankle too. I was trying to think if we would make them sacrifice anything, but we may just want to get in here with the attack. All right, opponent's got a Serum Snare. Kind of glad they did it on Rankle rather than our dragon token. All right, opponent's got Experimental Augury. Luckily, we've got no poison counters on ourselves right now, so this is not having too much of an effect on us. As the opponent goes looking for something to do to combat this dragon token that's kind of stymieing their progress. Alright, they pass it on back to us. We draw Takenuma. Now let's attack with the dragon. No blocks, so we're going to drop them down to 10. We're going to follow up with Fable. That's going to allow us to keep up some options for the future. Either go for the throat or using this blood token to try to draw into something else. Opponent's going to reject Imperfection on our Fable. Alright. Well, that will allow them to proliferate, but again, no poison counters for us right now. We could use this opportunity to go for the throat now. I can at least keep Liliana safe. And let's go ahead and get rid of Takenuma. We're going to make them discard. Alright. Ooh, Vraska. Oh, opponent opts to proliferate there. They get back the Voidwing and draw, but that drops them to 7. And old Rankle and Torbran here, that gives us Xaxes for an attack face. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Could have been doing that this whole time? Anyway, good game.